Na, na,
Na
na,
na
na.
na.
You know that I never knew what the. Tell me what we start.
We theoretically have, but my computer's working. There we go.
So you know that song, I never knew what it says till like 5 years ago. The
That doesn't
lyrical,
surprise me.
the lyrical dancer. That's what it says. No, it's, yeah, no, it's not
It's
dancer.
it's "Land of a Thousand Dances" is the name of the song, but
No, no, but there's like, here comes the. What it says? I don't remember. I remember when I read, I go like, oh, now everything makes so much sense.
right, it's just a real catchy song that you never needed to know the lyrics to enjoy it, but it adds a layer. I kind of like historical films.
Kind of like that. That was a good one. That was a good movement. Hello, everyone. We're in Toon Talk 2.0. I'm here with my co-host Jake Boger. Enjoy it because every day we get more busy, and every day I see Toon Talk get farther and farther. But we're here. We make it work, and it's becoming a pad, right? It's becoming a pad. I hope everybody's having a good day. Welcome to everyone in YouTube and in iHeart Radio. Today we're gonna see something and talk about something really special for both of us. Me as a cinematographer and fan of the movies, and Jake as a fan of the history. I will call historian and movie fan. So let's let's get it on, Jakey boy.
Let's get it on, but first want to let everybody know tonight's podcast is brought to you by R69. Their new single is dropping on November 15th, so 4 days. 4 days
Yes.
from now, and you'll get a sneak preview. So stay tuned for that in this show. And also by our good friends over at the Spur of the Moment podcast. If you enjoy talking about pop culture movies, well, you can listen to them too and get even more. But let's be real, you like us better. We argue more.
Yes.
We're like a car crash.
Yes, we are, but you know what? We're like when you crash a car and then you get out and you're like, my car's gonna be destroyed, and actually nothing happened. It was just like, and everything is good.
This is true.
So Ini Kamosi, that's the name of the singer. He comes a hot stepper. That's the name of the song. The song that we're talking about. Here comes the hot stepper. I'm
Oh,
the
we're talking
lyrical.
about we're talking about two different songs then.
What song you were talking about?
Land of a Thousand Dances. Na 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 na
My
na
God,
na
you're
na.
old. Since when you become so much older than me? In 2092, it was a song na 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 na. He
Oh, so they
come the
stole it.
hot stepper.
Oh, so we
I'm
stole
the
it.
lyrical dancer. Yeah, no, they don't steal it.
I
We
know they're
have
gonna
a we
steal it.
have
I
a
know.
full podcast about that. I researched so much that I'm using it for my life.
I know. It's
About
almost it's almost like I was letting the people know diegetically that they can watch that episode too.
yeah, I know. But just for the record, I'm trying to look. Okay, so like I said, I never knew what it says. Are you ready? Here comes the hop stepper, murder. I'm a lyrical gangsta instead of lyrical dancer. Big up the crew in the area. Still love you like that. No, we don't die. Yes, we multiply. Remember the song?
I think
Yes,
I
we
heard it
don't
once, but
die. Yes, we multiply. Everyone's per here the fight. Ladies say, hey, here comes the hot step. I'm a lyrical gangster. Anyway, but anyway, I always liked the song and I never knew what it said. I don't know if I like it, but when MTV was exploding, they always play Pearl Jam, Nirvana, and then this freaking song, and then Alice in Chain, and then this freaking song. So I needed to listen to it to listen to the bands that I like it. So that's what I like there.
that's what they do,
The
man.
thing,
They inject their plan in there into the lineup.
or quoting my the movie Spinal Tap. If the record label wanted to look, jump it in there. That's what a great movie, Spinal Tap. And the second one was really good. But I'm gonna go into the topic of the show today. I went to watch Nuremberg. Have you got the chance to see it?
I have not, but don't worry about spoilers because I
You
know what
read the book.
happens.
So first of all, I want to say hello to Monica that colored my hair and my beard, and I look freaking amazing. By the way, um, I just look at myself in the screen and
He
kind
was
of cool.
caught like Zap Brannigan's like, "Hello, handsome.
Oh,
You look
this
familiar.
got
Have
a haircut,
I?"
everyone. For the people in YouTube, I got a haircut. Don't worry, in a month it will be exactly my long hair back. Um, Important. Nuremberg surprised me for many ways. Remember that last episode we're talking that I didn't feel that Russell Crowe was well,
Well
directed.
suited to play Herman Goering.
No. That I say it wasn't well directed in many
Oh,
movies.
I got you. Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
what great directed in Beautiful Mind, great direction in Gladiator. But after that, he didn't, because I respect him so much as a vessel of the director that he's gonna do what you tell him to do. A real good actor does that. Well, in this one, he delivers really good. I'm talking Academy Award delivery.
I figured he would just because I hadn't even heard him speak as Herman Goering, but I saw images, and I'm not going to say spitting image, but like I mean, I saw Herman Goering, not Russell Crowe dressed up as Herman Goering.
But you know
So,
what? Beautiful. His accent is perfect. I remember we were talking last episode. If you guys don't haven't seen it, go back because you will get more about this one. Uh, they don't do what people hate that you comment. Actually, they are talking in German, and they have a
oh yeah,
translator until he says he knows that he speaks English. Let me tell you who in a second, and then he will start talking in English when he trusts me, and then he start talking in English with German accent. Really well executed. Two important things for me personally. I never like Malik.
oh Remy Malik, yeah.
Remy Malik, because his movements are so English, not to say effeminate all the
Really?
time.
See,
It's
I
always
always,
mm,
yeah, I can see
mm.
that.
And I get that it's the English, right? When he played with Queen, great. But then he made a movie about he being a CIA agent revenging his wife. That I cannot believe somebody say like, You kill my wife." It's like, dude, who are you? Mick Jagger? You're gonna kill my wife. So I never believed the guy. However, in this movie, even somebody told him, the director, you need to control it more because he looks more English, not
Hmm.
effeminate.
Yeah,
You can even he's playing an American one. He's playing an American person. How
yeah, yeah,
come?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He and now when I went to see Nuremberg, I well know about the Nuremberg case, if you will, jury trial, but I didn't know what I was expecting. Realizing that it was a book and we're looking at the life of the psychologist that
Hmm.
has the chance to analyze the prisoners of war before the trial changed it for me because suddenly it wasn't an historical movie, was a great narrated movie from the perspective of psychology. If everybody knows or watched I got a master's in human behavior, I was digging like that, Jake. Like in a second, nothing. Well, I was by myself. Sunday night movies at 10 p.m. You know who was there with me?
No,
No one.
nobody.
Nobody. It was the clerks when they got my ticket, went in, no one, right?
Those are the
Uh,
best. That's how I saw. I'll dig into this one because I want to talk about it. But that's exactly how I saw. Actually, saw it twice this way because I went during the pandemic. Uh, the movie, The Last Duel. Both
the
times,
last dude, yeah.
both times at like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and it was nobody. Nobody was there. It was
For the
awesome.
people in iHeart Radio, you are not seeing how much I'm looking at my hair, but sorry about the people of YouTube. I didn't have the time to fix it, so I'm fixing it on camera. Um, yeah, really good to see it. Remy Malik delivers really good. Really good German surprises as actors.
Yeah.
But there's a big surprise that it's the translator of Malik character. I never saw that guy before in my life. Probably but he delivers really good. Reminds you a little touch of some wise guys, talking to Frodo. That community between the translator and the doctor. I
Hmm.
like it. Honestly, I'm gonna go and go to a 9.5, man.
Really, from you, that's good. That's
Yeah,
real
yeah.
good.
The production impeccable, the direction impeccable.
I
If I
had a
want to look
feeling.
in historical factors, probably you're gonna notice more. But because we're looking the narration of the Doctor book, it matters. The human side, there's a text that when Goring and they're having an argument. I'm not gonna say more. I don't want to spoil it to other people. They're having an argument. He told them,
On the stand or interviewing
no,
with
no,
the
no, no, no,
psychologist?
private with a psychologist.
Hmm.
Told him, why you come here and being so proud? We were fighting a war. And the doctor says, you killed 5 million people. He's like, you killed 2 million with a button. This is war, kid. You know, and the ethical situation. And when he closed the door, he says, Gorik said, you think we will be remembered as humans? That
No.
is such a deep, no, but that's such a deep thought because the arrogance of the killer remains no matter if it's one victim or 5 million victim, right? And the arrogance of the what written the story, the person that write the story, is always higher than the one that loses. So in a general, I'm not talking about my personal abuse. Everybody knows, obviously, from the Jewish perspective. I'm not defending no one, and I will never do.
Right,
I'm talking
right.
about the script weight of the analysis of the script itself. That was and I'm gonna try to watch. I'm extremely busy this week, but I'm gonna try to watch it again. But if not, for sure is going next. This is a hot take. Are you ready? Is going next to The Pianist in my
Really?
list. Yeah, let's assume I like war movies, law. I mean, let's assume that I'm gonna be more egocentric, right? And assume that they chose a movie for me. Law, psychology, World War, good cinematography, right? And great actors. It's a movie that goes direct to my thing.
Well, not to mention, I've heard that the set designs and the costuming and basically the historical items, because interestingly enough, the Holocaust and the trials at Nuremberg, which were the aftermath of this, is one of the most well documented historical events in history. So there is literally no excuse to get this stuff wrong other than artistic liberty. Um,
Um,
fortunately, Fortunately,
Go
it's
ahead.
easy. It's easy because the costumes aren't complex. Like,
I'm complex, but do it with the same fabric that they have back then is complex.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
a beautiful
possibly.
thing when Gorik put the dark glasses. A lot of people might not know this. I'm gonna send it. It's a wow moment. Are you ready? Fidel Castro used the same time of outfit that Goering and the same glasses for more than 25 years post the war. I'm not might not sound surprising, but then you understand the psyche of a person that if I like my hair like this, right? Because I like I don't know, I don't have an example. George Michael, right? And Bono, how they use their hair, right? How the hell you need to be so sick to try to look like Eric?
Well, especially when you consider that Nazis hated communists.
Yeah, well, but yeah, let's remember. Oh, there's the light. Thank you, everyone. That's let's remember for a fact that Castro was out of his mind. But
This is
do you
true,
like
but
my in Bluetooth microphone?
oh, it's Bluetooth?
No, I forgot to connect it. I'm talking to the other one, but let's pretend.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, no, hang
next
on.
movie. Okay,
I
go, go,
want
go.
to I want to let people know. I did see a video talking about how they actually built a two-scale direct replica of the courtroom where the trials took place down to the furniture stain that was used. And that's because they made a movie in the 60s, I believe, and the critique was the courtroom's too small. But you got to understand, this was a huge, it was big.
700 people.
Yeah, at any given time. It was massive.
Something that I love about the movie, they say, and this is for a cultural pop record. They say this will be the biggest trail in the history of the world, and
And
everything
then
was filmed, and it was no O.J. Simpson, right? Because in the grads of cultural pop, the trial of O.J. Simpson is the one that it was the biggest televised, but this one was filmed and then put in television. So
Hmm.
basically, was televised too. So that was pretty. It was really good. It got their Hollywood moments that probably why don't go for a 10. But I like it. And again, probably if you ask me, I will not select Malik, not because I don't respect him, not because I don't believe he's a good actor. I think that his physical movements are not correct for many characters. Like I
Hmm.
said, he controlled it here. But what is the name of this actor? Highwell, the guy that played Southpaw, and then Roadhouse. What is
Oh,
his name?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal. It's so hard for me to remember his last name.
Yeah.
Before he was buff, I remember when he was skinny, it will be perfect for the role. Of course, now he's buff and too old, but I kind of needed that more American way, right? Because
Yeah.
obviously Malik is Hindu with English with European is a mix. I didn't know that he was blue eyes. I don't know if he got blue eyes for the
He's Egyptian American actually.
something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. I remember it's a mix. I mean,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. But yeah,
I'm
he's
mixed too. I'm allowed. It's when I say bad things about Latinos.
well,
I'm
no,
like that.
a lot of people think he's English, and no, he's an American. A lot of people
Malik is not
don't. Yeah,
American.
yeah, he's
He
Egyptian
born in
American.
America.
Yes, he's Egyptian. His
You
parents
know
are
he got a
Egyptian.
twin. It's fun. I don't know that, but I know he got a twin brother that they help each other in college. Did you know that?
No, I
You
did
have
not
that
know that.
story? Let me tell that story that I heard. The Graham show. If you guys can go and check it out. Obviously, it's a enigmatic, a beautiful history success show about entertainment. Um, he says Malik says that once his brother to pass a test, he needed to go there and act something right for. I don't remember the thing. So his twin brother is like, dude, can you help me out? If not, I'm gonna fail. And then he said, okay. So he learned about the Greek story that whatever, and he went and he says, suddenly I'm talking everything and I'm feeling love and like it, right? And at the end, when everybody left, the teacher comes, say, can you come over here? He's like, I'm so busted because there's a little difference between them, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so busted. So like he's like, I never knew you had that in you. Can you do that in my next course, please? Because you were amazing. That was really funny. That was really funny. But if you guys want to watch the whole thing, it will be. If you're a fan of Malik, like I say, I'm not a fan, but I don't dislike the guy. We have comments from the audience.
That is a funny way to describe the Graham Norton show, which is just drunk celebrities on a couch. I actually really like Graham Norton and his
Who
show.
doesn't like that? I don't know who said that. I don't need to know who said that.
No, it
But
was
shut the
Justin.
hell up. I know.
Real
Uh,
quick, we're gonna give everybody a sneak peek at R69's new single, and you can be able to talk about it a little bit. But before we do that, any final thoughts on Nuremberg other than go watch it?
uh, thanks God, it's another love story.
Yeah, that would have been weird.
Good. Hollywood does that all the time.
Yeah, I know, but that's Pearl Harbor's one thing, but
They can do it every time. At least not this one, and I'm really grateful for that.
yeah, it would have been a real downer to try and start a romance during those trials.
It could happen.
I it could, but I don't think it did. But anyway, sneak peek of
Anyway, thank you for
R69's
that.
new single.
Next. Dude, look at this beautiful thing. So that was us, R69. Uh Really excited. We're our first single, You're Okay, is coming. You know what? When I select this song for the band, the I have a co-writer and he's a really famous bass player in Latin America. And I wish I could have loaded the pic the his face when he listened to it. He had such a big smile, and he said, Edgar Hansen said it's exactly how the song's supposed to sound from the beginning. So it was really a good moment. The song is gonna be out, and a week after we're gonna have the music video because I want to let the song be enjoyable before the video, and I can wait for people to enjoy it. We haven't released a single, and we already got 2,000 followers on Spotify and other more than 20,000 followers in Instagram. So we're getting there. So if you guys like it more than, I don't know, I don't know the number to be honest in TikTok, but go there, check it out. And the drums is Tony, the shinless drummer. I don't know why he says that. Doesn't make sense to me as a Latino, but he loves it. Mr. Shred, obviously he shreds everything, right? I don't know. They have band names that I didn't select, so at least they have a personality.
If
And
if I had to guess, I would say it's because when Tony drums on his bass, he doesn't use his ankles, he just uses his whole, like he doesn't activate his shins, he just goes
you know
straight.
what? If you got a doubt about that, why you don't ask that? Because we have another podcast that you can check in this same channel about R69, the verse. You can just check it out, and you should ask him that because I
I'm
really
going
don't
to.
know. I don't know, but the song is really cool. It's a really positive song. It's about when you feel all down, and at the end the sun comes out and you're okay, right? Whatever
Hmm.
your feel is. I look good with beard. Sorry. I mean, you have it all the time, buddy. I got. Isn't that funny that your beard is darker than my beard? I don't
Well,
have
you just
white
gotta let
beard.
it
I
grow in.
got. No, 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 no. I got blonde hairs here. Actually, I'm the size of your color, I guess, in my hair. I'm tan today. Anyway, long story, make it short. You're okay. Great movie. Great movie. I mean, great
Great
song.
movie.
The video is gonna be amazing. It's a little short film. It's not just a music video. A lot of technology, a lot of special effects, a lot of wardrobe, a lot of money. So please just enjoy it, share it,
Just watch
and
it.
at least watch it and put a like. Yeah, that will be all. Thank you, Mister Bugger.
Buck. Well, I mentioned it earlier, so I have to bring up The Last Duel, which, don't get me wrong, it's not it's very difficult to do medieval period pieces because there's a lot of things that we do know about, but honestly, looks kind of boring on film. This movie, however, does a pretty decent job because there's very limited scholarly work about the duel, but they follow most of it, pretty accurately as far as the account of what actually happened. The actual fight scene is almost completely accurate, but the way that Jacques Legris meets his end is accurate according to the accounts, as are some other aspects. I think one of the things is they didn't start on horseback, but it's more exciting cinematically. I get it.
Uh,
I get it.
I got a problem with that movie.
What's the problem with
I
that
didn't
movie?
recognize Ben Affleck till the last part of the movie. I
That's
got
the that's one of the things I loved about it is
no, no,
when I
no.
saw when I saw that it was
Yeah,
Ben Affleck in there, I went, "Oh God!"
I didn't
But
recognize him
I know I was
at
shocked at
all.
how it didn't really feel like Ben Affleck just putting on like a medieval bowl cut wig and being Ben Affleck. No, he actually
Yeah.
became the character. And Adam Driver, like,
Oh, I was gonna tell you
phenomenal in
that's what
that
I don't
movie.
like. I don't like him in that movie.
Really? Why? Well, you're not supposed to.
Well, maybe because his acting is so perfect that
I
I
was gonna say
dislike the
you're
guy.
supposed to hate him
I
in that movie.
understand the part of the three perspectives, but the third perspective is a little too long for me after seeing a rape twice.
Yeah, well, do they reshow? I don't think they. Oh, they do show it again. Yeah, I'm sorry, they did.
Yeah, they did. Anyway, watch it, enjoy it. It's not a movie that I dislike, but I will watch it again. I'm like, okay, it was okay.
Didn't get its due because of the pandemic.
But
It was
let's
supposed to
let's
be it was supposed to be Ridley Scott's big comeback to period pieces, and it's a real shame because it's a well-made movie. It's I shudder to say entertain, but like you're engaged all the way through. It's very Ridley Scott in all the best ways. He's gotten rid of a lot of his more annoying period piece habits.
yeah.
Um, it's
He
very
was more
good.
free this time. Actually, I don't know if people know it, but Riley Scott sadly lost a brother that suicide, and that took a heavy toll on him. We stopped watching movies. Then the movies I started doing was they weren't there, and this one actually was again feeling him again, Riley Scott.
Yeah.
Now you can see a more mature guy that doesn't care about what the industry will say.
Well, I don't think he ever did because I still want him to explain Robin Hood. And
Yeah.
just just
Uh,
with a side of
so let me tell you about my favorite historical movie,
let's
and I
hear
will
it.
give it a 10.5, 10.911. The Pianist.
Yes.
The Pianist is fantastically done. I never seen. Hot take. Are you ready? The best acting I ever seen in my lifespan. I'm not talking on older movies, right? From the year that I'm born to today, Adrian Brody delivers the perfect character. He doesn't leave the character. You see the evolution in his persona. You know, when people cry, it's really hard to act because every person, as a laugh, they cry different.
Hmm.
So understand the acting of an actor for losing a loved one, to the decadence of society, to getting hit in a leg is really complicated. But Andre Brody, when he's crying for his family, is devastated. And if you realize when he's crying because he's hungry, it's a different crying. And
Hmm.
when he's sick in the apartment, his face is different. So that for me, the direction. I honestly, do you see a mistake in The Pianist?
Define mistake because historical
Something that
inaccuracy. I
you
mean,
didn't like.
that's
Something that you didn't
not
like.
no. In terms of filmmaking, no. I mean, it is a fictionalized account, so obviously they're
Is
talking.
the perception of the act of the book from The Pianist, not
Yeah,
from the
yeah, yeah.
Second World War, but
Yes.
everything that is included in the Second World War is really good, man. It's nothing
Yeah, yeah. I
fake.
know what I'm talking about. And I have to choose my words carefully because I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I get why.
Really carefully. I don't want to go all the way over there and I smack in your face, sir.
No, 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 no. But like in some of these, like a lot Hollywood, even in the most historically accurate films, and I have a case study for this. Actually, I have two. So, did you ever another Russell Crowe movie? Did you ever see the movie Master and Commander? Don't. It's fucking terrible. But
No, I get. It's on my face for the people in iHeartRadio. I'm closing my eyes, making the face of defeat. That
yeah,
movie's a really bad movie.
it's an obscenely accurate movie though. And what I
Yeah,
found,
but that doesn't
but
mean that it's
but
good.
it's boring. It's boring.
Yeah.
Another one. So this is a movie that I love for its, and I actually like it more. The more I watch it, the more I like it. But the first time I watched it, I definitely get this. Even historians say this movie's boring. Free State of Jones. Did you see that one with
Mm,
Matthew
yeah, I
McConaughey?
see it. Yeah.
It's slow, but
Now,
it's
Matthew McConaughey, I just can't, buddy.
no. I see he plays Newton Knight perfectly. I like it. I like it a lot. However,
Yeah.
it's telling a very long story in a really weird way, and it gets more boring as it starts out great with a lot of action and you're in the moment and you understand his motivation because you see it happen, and then it just kind of drags, and it does so in the interest of telling this man's story as accurately as possible. The problem with that is they're really trying to jam like 30 years. No, not that long. Maybe 20 years of
20,
history.
20 years.
Yeah, into just and it's a long movie and it drags in places, but overall it's a great movie if you like attention to detail. And like I said, I like it more the more I watch it. Yeah, I agree.
Um,
Ridley Scott really needs to explain Exodus, Gods and Kings.
yes. I think he
Oof.
was having a
He was
really few
he was having a
years.
bad time. Yeah.
He
It
was
was
having
a
a really
dark
bad
time.
year.
Because there's
So,
always Gladiator.
I Gladiator is a really good movie, but it's still it's a dark, long movie.
Yeah, and in terms of
Gladiator
accuracy,
2 is a piece of shit.
Oh God, it's so bad. Like, oh, okay, history buffs out there. If you think Gladiator gets it wrong, oh, buckle up. Like,
Yeah,
wow.
Gladiator 2 is it's a disgrace for movies.
I have to tell you this part. Like Gladiator, we understand this is a fictionalized account that gets the spirit of the Roman Republic dead nuts. Like it's accurate in that sense. Like for example, like yes, I know the Roman armies would not have used cavalry in that way, especially during artillery. They wouldn't have infantry going out after during an artillery strike. It's not something they would have done, but it works cinematically. They certainly wouldn't have used cavalry in a forest because there are trees.
Bro,
But
you're
yeah,
being too specific. What happened in that whole movie is so inaccurate, even in a script matter, that is like, it feels like somebody said, okay, grab Gladiator. What character survived? Let's make a fake story about it. Mix it. Hey, bring a writer from a telenovela in Mexico. Now get him hired. And what he writes, pass it to an intern that he never watched a movie in his life. That's how bad it is.
yeah. But Gladiator 2, there's only one good thing about Gladiator 2.
At the end, when it finished and you can leave the theater.
No, no,
That's
no,
the
no.
good thing about it.
There is one historical moment that I
Ah,
actually
sorry
really
about that.
liked seeing, and that was when they flooded the Colosseum for a mock naval battle, which they
Yeah, that
actually
was really
did.
good actually. That
I'm
yeah.
glad they did that. However, at the end, when Lucius kills Caesar and becomes emperor of Rome, and he's like, "Nah, bro, let's go back to democracy." I'm just like, okay, there's historical fiction, and then there's stupid.
Yeah,
This is stupid.
they got their Quentin Tarantino movie trying to change the facts. When
Wow.
Lucius the only I mean the best thing about the movies when it was over and I leave the movie theater, I was so devastated because even the special effects look fake.
Well, and then let's not even get into the fact that the Romans would have never attacked a walled city from the water. It's not, I
That's
don't,
not
first of all,
Phoenicians.
well, not only that, without cannons, no one would do that. It's stupid. Why would you do that? Just get out of the
Well,
boats and
maybe
go
they thought
around.
they will have Jack Sparrow. Look with them. That's how bad that movie is.
Yeah, but
It's as bad as that.
a by sea siege was not possible until you had gunpowder.
I really think that they thought, oh, now we can make so many boats for
Hmm.
water. Put it there.
Well, the Romans were never a naval power, comparatively
Never.
speaking. Never.
Talking.
Like
Let's.
they built boats and stuff. Like they had a navy, but they always preferred land battles.
Now
Always.
let me be clear with the audience. We're talking about the most famous movies done about historical matters, because when if not, we will spend here 7 hours, right?
Yeah.
Naming everyone. But I'm gonna go for the classics, right? Save It Private Ryan. Really good piece, really motivational. Got a lot of historical mistakes. However, it's a good movie at the end. It's a solid 8.5.
It is, and it starts out like the D-Day sequence is actually like
That did
scarily accurate,
is really good. But
except
after that, yeah. Go ahead.
except
I know
that
what
the
you're saying.
except that the beach obstacles are backwards.
You notice that.
I always love that. I'm like, wait a
You know
minute.
what? I was so confused because when I saw them, my mind didn't realize that they were backwards. Stay with me.
Most people don't know
So
that.
then so then I start asking myself, they were put by the Germans or
Hmm.
they were thrown by the Americans because they were backwards. For me, I didn't realize that what I saw in the movie was wrong because in my mind, Steven Spielberg will never have it wrong.
Yeah.
So I start doubting my knowledge. Who put them there? The German put it there, so they put. So maybe they were drunk,
No,
little bitter.
for those who don't know, specifically it's the big wooden ones that would look like ramps.
Yeah,
They should have been facing the beach because what they were is in high tide, a tank was supposed to go over that, go up, and then
yeah,
get stuck.
yeah.
At low tide it wouldn't have done
And it's
anything.
simple as thinking like that. They weren't put by the Americans to cover themselves. They were put for the Germans to avoid getting close and have time to shoot people. Now, I don't
Exactly.
know if you know this. I got a dear friend of mine. Hello, Joseph. Luis Jaramillo. He was a Marine and a Navy SEAL. And did you know that the person that designed the boats that arrived in the D-Day went to how you call that,
He had a court
Marshall.
martial
Yeah,
for what? Why?
because the design was stupidly done, because they have another design that open not like this,
It opened
it
on the
opened like
sides.
this to protect them.
Yeah,
When they open like that, they kill so many that he went to jury for that. Can you believe that? It's like,
I can actually, because if you think about it, it's an amphibious craft that's meant to land troops on a beach. Why you would have, I mean, hindsight's 2020, but why you would have a ramp going down?
no, 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 for real. And this didn't happen. I mean, he was a Marine in the 90s,
Yeah,
right? It was another design that the boat goes like this and it opens to protect them get out so they
yeah.
have cover and run. This one opens is like, now, obviously, if you analyze Ike path, right? Uh, and I'm gonna step out of the American culture for a second. He knew that he needed to sacrifice American people to get more support of the government. He knew that. If not, we wouldn't have. There's a lot of people that didn't want America to go to war in the
Oh
Second
yeah.
World War. Now they
Well,
won.
after Pearl Harbor, not so much, but
Not so much, but again, there's a theory that Pearl Harbor was initiated by the inside. I don't believe it, but the inside,
yeah,
I don't
no.
believe. But I'm talking about
There's
what
a
exists
theory.
outside.
Yep.
There's a theory. So people, because at the beginning they didn't want to go to war. So the only way to want to go to war is that. But then invading Europe, right? It wasn't a great idea at the moment. They were waiting for the Germans to come to America to
Well,
defend itself. That was the way of the war before.
right, but what you have to understand too is that after Pearl Harbor, Germany declared war on the United States too.
I understand
And
that after.
that was at least the
And
justification
that's the
for
funny
sending troops to
fact
Europe.
that drives me nuts. Germany first declared wars to Netherlands, first declared war, and the only country that he didn't declare war until after the attack was the States. That's the thing that make me doubt about it. Because of course, I'm not saying this is not a personal opinion, and this is not an opinion of Pantheon Podcast, right? There's a lot of theories by a lot of people about Pearl Harbor, the Twin Towers, that is an inside job to generate a reaction to the world. Like I say, it's not what I'm thinking.
So I have one thing to say about those kinds of theories. They don't hold up to scrutiny when you look at the actual data, and there's a lot of data out there. It's just that, and I get it. People like these theories because it's comforting to think that there's
It's
this like,
comforting.
yeah,
You're
there's
right.
this boogeyman out there, and that things just happen because there were
It's
bad
like
people.
thinking about Elvis being alive.
Yeah.
They just
Well,
offering themselves.
Elvis didn't die. He just went home.
Oh my dear God in heaven.
Hey, funny.
El,
Here's
You
a
know that Elvis is alive, right? He
yeah,
lives right here, Jake, in
yeah.
our heart.
Honka burning love.
Dude,
Um,
he's more dead and rotten because he pooped too hard, brother, since he died. Like,
yeah.
seriously. Anyway.
That's simultaneously one of my favorite lines from Scrubs is when Dr. Kelso's like, or maybe I died on the toilet, or did
Right.
I?
Yeah. That's
um,
so funny.
but then
Um, Another
also,
movie?
well, I have to share my favorite before we go to our next ad break, real quick. I have to share one of my favorite history jokes of all time. So you know this conspiracy theory about um, faking the moon landing. Like
Yeah.
the government knew they were going to have to make it look like Americans landed on the moon before the Soviets, and it was a real. Turns out it's true but it was real difficult. They knew they were going to have to make a soundstage that looked like the lunar surface, which is different from Earth. There's nowhere on Earth that looks like the lunar surface, so that was all going to have to be fabricated. They had to make the shadows look as though the sun wasn't refracting or reflecting any light, much straighter shadows.
That's actually really easy to do, but yeah.
Let me get the joke. And then,
Oh, sorry.
they also have to make sure that, the stars are accurate in the background because, nerds are going to be like, that star shouldn't be there, blah, 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 blah. And ultimately, Hollywood came to the conclusion that it was going to be too expensive to do, so they decided to shoot it on location.
That's a really good joke. Right. That's funny. That's really funny. Good
Alrighty.
job.
Quick,
So, quick
quick.
announcement, and then we go back to our two favorite and two worst movies, I guess, right? And recommendation.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so first, a quick word from our good friends at the Spur of the Moment podcast.
So today's episode is sponsored by the Spur of the Moment podcast, everybody. Come join us every Saturday. We're going to do this. We're going to sit here. We're going to talk about the news. Time to talk about the Minecraft.
Okay.
It looks
So,
bad. We're going to talk about movies. That new Joker movie is apparently terrible, and I want to see it so badly because I hear it's awful. And we're going to make some jokes. We're going to have some laughs.
There's a lot of funny jokes in there. There's a lot of weird jokes in there. The Channing Tatum one will always make me laugh, especially when you hear the behind the scenes stuff. Like when you hear the behind the scenes story of how they just phoned them up.
We're occasionally going to have other people along for the ride.
A really fun fact, though, is I learned last year that that Coraline was Leica and not Disney.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I can see why you would make that
Yeah.
mistake. Yeah. Because it does seem like it's a different. And to be fair,
That would be a horrifying, terrible Disney movie.
it would be because yeah. And we're just gonna have a generally good time. George, do you have anything else you want to say about our podcast? Make people watch it.
We watch movies. Sometimes we watch shows, but we always have fun.
Here
On the
Okay,
spur,
on the spur.
3, 2, 1. On the spur of the podcast moment.
Yeah, we nailed it. Nailed
Spur
it.
of
That's
the
fun.
Moment podcast.
Yeah. It's Spur of the Moment podcast every Saturday. We nailed it.
You can expect awesome content like that.
We cut flawless promos every single week.
And that's when I woke up and there were nuns. I'm just
Ah,
kidding.
how
I'm just
many
kidding,
nuns?
people. So, now that I say nuns, I saw something so funny on social media. You know that I don't go to social media a lot. I don't have the will, but sometimes when I'm, in the bathroom or just before
I
going
was
to
gonna say
sleep,
sometimes when you're pooping.
that's my social media. And I saw this podcast that portrays the feminist side of everything. And they invite these two guys that they are against that. They got the nerve, the feminists, to invite her. And she's so angry. I hope I can see it all. I won't. Just because I don't have the time, I don't want to, right? She says, well, tell me, sir, how many popes, right, being a man?
All of them.
Thank you. And she's like, and how many has been women? And the guy looked at her and said, how many nuns have dicks? It was so funny. I was so funny. I was like, I mean, you can hear because I wasn't
Got a
expecting
point.
that. He got a good point. I wasn't expecting that answer at all because you're scrolling that, and it says like feminist put in her place. I go like, and I look at it like, it was really funny. Anyway, sorry, I'm not against feminists. I'm not against anything. It was just
Oh
funny.
no, but I'm against bad arguments.
Yeah,
care
no, but
where
it was
comes
funny.
from.
Her face was $1 million face when they told her that. So another favorite movie that you have that is a historical movie.
Oh, I gotta shout out Midway. There's only one thing in that movie that bothers me. It's insanely accurate. And when do you know who directed it?
Yeah. No, who directed?
Roland Emmerich.
Are you serious?
Roland Emmerich made an obscenely historically accurate and at the same time very good film. Very good. Very good. The details are it's almost too accurate, but it's how do I say this? It's really accurate, but it's Hollywood in a good way. And there's actually a moment that happens that they almost didn't put in the movie because they were thinking that people weren't going to believe it happened. It actually did happen exactly the way it's portrayed on screen. And there's countless testimony before this movie was even thought of that happening. It's when Guido shoots the plane down and it shears off the back of the plane that he was in, and then he gets promoted on the spot. That actually happened verbatim, the way it's portrayed in the movie. But it's crazy because you think that's a Hollywood moment, but no, that actually happened. And I think the only detail they got wrong, and I might be wrong about this, I think Dick Best didn't hit as many carriers as they have. I think it was like -1 hit or something, but I could be wrong. That might be accurate. And then they switch and combine people, but it's pretty minimal. Like they get the major details right. The only thing that bothers me about that movie is at the very end, during the credits, when they dedicate the film to the American and Japanese sailors that fought at Midway. And I'm just kind of like, um, how about no? For so many reasons. Now, I want to preface this. It has nothing to do with Japan of today. But
Of course.
Japan of World War II were barbarians that committed war crimes upon war crimes upon war crimes, and then for a change, some more war crimes. These were not good people, and I'm kind of surprised more people weren't offended because I was sitting in the theater and my face went like this. It just went, I'm reading the text. I'm like, this is a great movie. This is awesome. And I'm reading it and I just go, the fuck did they just say? Like, I shouldn't. I mean, yeah, I was offended, like not enough to be like, oh, boycott this film, but I'm just kind of like, hey, somebody should have stopped them from doing that. But
Yeah,
yes, it's a fantastic movie. Just skip the end credits, you'll be fine.
great. Um, this movie is historical movie. It's not your normal movie. I talked about this movie before. This movie probably, of course, when you become an artist, right? In my case, being writer, director, or musician, you get inspired for many different ages of your life. This is the first movie that wasn't a Disney movie, I guess, that made me go into tears.
Hmm.
And I love it. One day, there's dreams that I know I'm gonna accomplish, and there's dreams that I know they were never gonna have the time to do. But in that list, the top list probably will be redirect a version of this movie. Love is a many splendor thing.
I haven't seen that one.
Let me read you something really fast. A widowed Eurasian doctor, Han Shun, falls in love with a married but separate American correspondent, Mark Elliott, in Hong Kong during the period of the China Civil War in the late 40s. Although
Ooh.
they find brief happiness together, she's ostracized by the greater Chinese community after losing her position in the hospital. Su Jin and her adopted daughter go live with a friend, Mike, while Mark is on an assignment during the Korean War. They write to each other constantly. She received word that Mark was killed, and she goes to visit their favorite hilltop meeting place. And in his last letter, which she received that same day, he remained here to be grateful no matter what happened to him, because they got to experience that many splendor thing, which many people will never do. Uh, is William Holden and Jennifer Jones. The movie was released in 1955. Was one of the first deluxe color movies. Drama romance film in CinemaScope. Set in 1949 to 1950 in Hong Kong. Dude, was adopted by the biography of Han Sung, the doctor that she wrote the book. Back in that age, they put together $5 million in revenue. That was like,
Want to watch this
and
movie?
some, yeah. I mean, if you are a romantic, right? There's something important about the movie that I want to share before we go. Okay, the rights of the novel was bought by David Brown by 20th Century Fox for the producer Saul Cease in jail. However, when they left the company, a prize was given to Buddy Adler. The screenplay is struggling to get motion picture production code approval because it themes of adultery and missegregation. Can you believe that? 1955, because it
Oh,
was a romance.
miscegenation, yeah,
Yeah, because it was a romance between.
an
Uh,
interracial romance, yeah.
yeah, isn't that crazy? But I mean, this movie helped a lot to the Korean society in America to feel welcome. So, you guys want to watch it? The budget was 1.78 million and make 4 million in their debut. Love is a many splendor thing. Yeah, your turn.
Is this recommendation or just a good?
No, no, no. I just decided to go with this movie that is not super famous. Was super famous, right? In the 50s. It's like Saving Private Ryan in the 50s, right? But I don't know. I can tell another movie if you want to.
Oh, no, no, no. I just didn't know if we were giving our recommendations or just talking about
I
good.
think you have one more before recommendations.
Okay. Let me think here because I mean, this is, I'm just going to shout it out again. It's actually, no, I've talked about it as a recommendation before, but I'm going to give it again. And I choose my words carefully here. It's a very, how should we say this? Historically accurate in the sense that it's historically authentic. Um, it's hard to say how accurate it is because it's based upon the account of one person and you can't really check the validity of it.
Yeah.
What's
So I
that?
was like, who is telling this story? Our president right now because totally fake.
No,
Anyway,
this is actually a Korean film, a South Korean film called My Way. I've
I
talked
remember.
about it before,
Yeah,
and
really good.
but if you're looking for what it was like to be a conscripted Korean soldier, it's a great movie. And what I love most about it, even if subtitles bother you, watch this movie in the original. And notice I don't even say the original Korean because this movie takes place in three languages across the entire film. Actually, four if you count a minor Chinese character who I shouldn't say minor, but limited. She's on screen for a limited time. The movie takes place initially in Korean, and then they add Japanese into the mix because it's
Yeah,
occupied Korea. Then you get a little bit of Chinese in there because they're alongside a Chinese POW. Then they get captured in Russia, and then Russian gets introduced along with the Korean and Japanese, and then or no, so I'm sorry, five languages because then through circumstances they end up in the German army as well. And see, you might think this is ridiculous, but actually the film makes sense
yeah, that's
historically.
ridiculous. Sorry, I was just pointing that you say that. Keep going.
Oh no,
Sorry.
it's a great movie. I will say the English dub's not terrible. I was kind of surprised by how
It's
good it
not.
was.
I actually didn't dare to do that. Put subtitles in English and leave the original.
Yeah, no, it's better in the original, don't get me wrong, but if you just absolutely can't stand subtitles or honestly if you were in a situation like me where you were watching it with older people that didn't just want to bother, the dub's bearable. Like it's not awful. But
I'm gonna.
you don't get the same historical sense when you aren't hearing the original languages. That's what I'm getting at.
I'm gonna make a recommendation that doesn't have to do with anything, but it's a good timing. Not recommend, and just for if you're asking yourself why they're not talking about not even one Vietnam movie, is because we have a full special from last season where we talk about Vietnam movies. You gotta go and check it out because that's one of the best animations I ever created in my life. When we got the platoon thing and we got Alexander, right, the
Yep.
Oracle, you and me watching at it. So check it out. It's last season here in our channel. We got a big surprise for you coming. You're gonna listen a lot about Toon Talk 2.0 and a lot about our 69. A lot. You more than you think. We're working really hard behind the scenes. A lot. Um, my recommendation for this one that goes with the topic, right? I will highly, highly recommend, of course, Nuremberg of the Pianist, but Schindler's List is a movie, right? That has two special things for me. One that is I see every reviews, everybody thinks it's the best movie ever, correct? The second one is I never seen it in my life.
Really?
Let me explain you why. Because when somebody told me to do something, Jake, you know I will
You don't
not
do
do
it.
it. So they telling me so much you gotta see this movie, and then they start talking so much that I block myself, and a lot of people know my stupid memory, right? I need to let years and years to go by, so I don't remember what they told me about the movie because of my photographic memory. So it's been what 35 years from the release.
You're due.
I'm actually no, I'm not due. Yeah, it's like what 25, 28 years. So when we hit the year 30, I will watch and see it, right? So if you guys in 2 years recommend me to watch it now. Before we go, because we're in the time, and thank you, Jake. That was a really fast, good show. We're getting really good at this, bro. How you say Predator in the States? The Predador, the movie, the new movie, Borderlands.
Predator?
Predator. Sorry, it's a really confusing in four languages for me. Predator, Borderlands is actually really good. I went to see the premiere.
Really?
Okay.
Well, it's
Everybody that is a fan.
the same people that did Prey, right? So that's not
Yes.
super surprising.
Yeah, but you know what? I was expecting to go and see that and actually it threw more than 5 laughs at me. I laughed 5 times. And let's remember, the movies is actually they're trying to get close to Star Wars, the old Star Wars. We got a lot of multiple characters, right? The story don't give you anything. It's nice to see another part of the history of that race, and it's maybe you know this because I was surprised. They integrate
Hmm.
the corporation from Alien, and that was a really good surprise for me. When a character says, I was sent by the corporation," I go like, "Hey, that was a good, Easter egg for me." Then I thought about it, and I remember when they did Alien versus Predator. How can you repeat? Say it again.
Predator.
Predator. Again.
Predator.
Predator. Predator. I get it better.
Yeah.
Okay. When they did Alien versus Predator, I never watched the movie, right? But then I realized that they were together, and this movie is good for that. So I recommend people go and see it. Jakey boy, 5:01, time to go because we got another podcast to record. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, iHeartRadio. Thank you, YouTube. It's been a pleasure. See you next week. And remember, watch more movies. Don't read books.
Well, you
That
can do
was a joke.
both.
That was a joke. That was a joke. All right. If you like to read,
Watch the movie.
just put subtitles in Netflix.
Yeah, reading is for nerds.
Reading is for rich people. Remember the longest yard? Reading is for rich people. Okay, listen.